If you've been spending any time topside in Arc Raiders, you've probably noticed just how much random loot the game throws at you. Weapons, shields, crafting parts, gadgets, you name it, it's everywhere. But not every item you pick up has a clear purpose right now, and that's where things get interesting. One of the most confusing pieces of loot is the Telemetry transceiver. At first glance, it feels like one of those items you might want to ignore, but trust me, you really shouldn't be leaving these behind. In this video, we're going to talk about where to find telemetry transceivers and why there is still worth grabbing, even though they currently don't have a direct use in Arc Raiders. Whether you're new to the game or already farming runs efficiently, knowing where these spawn and what you can do with them can save you time and help you make smarter loot decisions. So stick around, because I'll break it down in a simple, no-stress way and help you decide if this item deserves a spot in your inventory. I'm quickly moving on to the video.
Very small portion of the audience is subscribed to the channel.
If you enjoy these types of list videos,
don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos.
Enjoy watching.
Thanks.
If you have been wandering around Chingy in Where Winds Meet and suddenly ran into the Earth Fiend Deity, you probably realized very fast that this fight is not something you can just brute force your way through. This world boss hits hard, punishes mistakes, and is clearly designed to test whether you actually understand your gear, talents, and mystic arts instead of just button mashing. The good news is that you do not need perfect equipment or endgame builds to take it down, but you do need a plan. Once you approach the fight with the right mystic arts unlocked, pay attention to its attack patterns and stop rushing every opening. The Earth Fiend Deity becomes much more manageable and honestly pretty fun to fight. In this video, I am breaking down the simple strategy that makes this boss feel less impossible and more like a proper skill check you can confidently overcome early in the game. Before you even think about challenging the Earth Fiend Deity in Where Winds Meet, there is one mystic art you absolutely want to grab first, and that is Cloud Step. Outside of combat, it already feels great for movement, but in this fight, it becomes a game changer. In combat, Cloud Step lets you leap directly onto the boss's head, deal damage, and knock it over if its poise is unstable, which opens up some very safe damage windows. You can unlock Cloud Step by completing the Echoes in the Shrine side quest at the General's Shrine in Qinghe. It is a quick detour that pays off massively, especially if you are attempting this world boss early. Without it, the fight feels much more punishing and slow, so consider it almost mandatory preparation. Once the fight starts, you will notice that the Earth Fiend Deity relies heavily on aggressive movement. Most of its basic attacks involve leaping towards you with its claws extended, often chaining into follow-up strikes if you panic. This is where patience matters more than raw damage. Parrying and dodging are extremely important in this fight, and rushing your inputs will get you hit. Watch the wind-up animations carefully and learn the timing instead of reacting late. Once you get comfortable, the boss's basic leaps become very manageable. Another common trick the Earth Fiend Deity uses is burrowing underground. Sometimes it will disappear for a brief moment before suddenly reappearing to attack you from below. These moments are designed to catch you off guard, so always be ready to dodge as soon as it goes underground. One of the most dangerous attacks in the entire fight is also one of the most rewarding if you handle it correctly. The boss will begin rolling around the arena, repeatedly slamming into you with its body. If you get caught in this, the damage stacks up very fast. The key here is that every single hit of this rolling attack can be parried. If you time your parries correctly, you will drain a huge amount of the boss's chi gauge in a very short time. This turns a terrifying attack into one of your best opportunities to take control of the fight. This becomes even easier if you have assist deflection enabled, since it will automatically parry each hit during the rolling sequence. With this setting on, the attack almost feels like a gift rather than a threat, as long as you stay calm. The Earth Fiend Deity's most lethal move involves filling the arena with swirling sand that pulls you toward the center. After a short build-up, it unleashes a devastating area attack that can easily defeat you in one hit if you stay too close. The correct response to this attack is using Cloud Step. Jump onto the boss during the sample to knock it over, cancel the attack entirely, and leave it vulnerable for a few seconds. This is one of the clearest examples of why Cloud Step is so important for this fight. You also need to pay attention to the boss's voice lines. When it shouts underground, it will dive below the surface and then launch into the air before slamming down multiple times in a row. Messing up the timing here can trap you in a loop of late dodges and repeated hits. If the boss goes underground without saying anything, it is using a different move. In this case, it will reappear very close to you and leap directly onto your position with a fast slashing attack. Be ready to dodge immediately when it vanishes, because this version is much harder to react to. Finally, the Earth Fiend Deity will sometimes surround itself with a toad spirit and perform heavy belly flop attacks. These look chaotic, but they are actually very consistent. Parry right before it hits the ground and you will deflect the damage cleanly. Overall, the Earth Fiend Deity is on the easier side compared to other world bosses in Where Winds Meet, but it still demands solid fundamentals. If the timing feels overwhelming, there is no shame in lowering the difficulty or summoning other players. With a bit of practice and the right mystic art, this fight becomes a great early test of your skills rather than a wall. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.